You know a format's going to be good. When you cast a spell and you get 3 triggers on the stack, you draw a card, they bounce a creature, oh, it's looking good. Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Well, it's finally here. We got a new set, a new standard legal set. Dominaria United has launched on Arena, and we are ready to dive into our first Dominaria United draft here on the channel. Before we get started, just want to let you know, I am getting over a small little bout of COVID here. My voice is probably not what I want it to be. There might be some coughs, there might be some voice cracks, there might be many things in between. But I know I want to get you this content as soon as I can, so I'm recording this here on release day. I'm going to drop this here tomorrow, which is today for you on Friday, September 2nd. And yeah, so take it easy on me in the comments. I'm doing the best I can at the moment. And there might be a little less talking than normal. We're going to dive right into our first draft video. Go ahead and drop a subscription here on the channel if you haven't yet already to support the content and the fact that I, even while having COVID, am trying to get you this content as soon as I possibly can. All right, pack one, pick one. Let's dive in. Defiler of Dreams is probably going to be the pick. These Defilers are insane. It's a 5-mana 4/3 flyer. You can use, basically pay Phyrexian mana to cast blue permanents and then draw cards, which is just great. The Defilers are really, really good. Let's take a look at the commons here. I do like Deathbloom Gardener. It's a 3-mana 1/1 Death Touch mana dork. We've got Gitu Amplifier, pretty good red common there. Phyrexian Warhorse is a sacrifice outlet. Citizen's Arrest is a really good, is a really good white common, but in a set with Domain, I'm not sure how well this is going to play out. I'm sure we'll find out after a draft or two. Vohar, obviously very good. There's so many texts on all these cards right now. I can't even read them. I'm trying to put them up on the screen for you right now. To pause if you need to go and read through what some of these things do. But I'm taking the Defiler of Dreams, and we'll go from there. Ooh, the red-black instant and sorceries deck is a deck that looks very appealing to me, and Electrostatic Infantry is perfect for that deck. 2-mana 1/2 Trample. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery, put a 1/1 counter on it. That's probably my pick here. Following it up with something blue is not great. These lands are going to be pretty good in Domain decks. Again, Citizen's Arrest, there's another one. Joda's Codex, no. Stall for Time is pretty good in blue-white. Bone Splinter's really good in black-white sack. Again, just trying to, mouse over a lot of these cards so you can have time to read them. If you want to go ahead and do that in our first draft here. My voice does not allow me to speak as quickly as needed for you to have access to listen to what all of these cards do. But I think I'm going to land on the infantry here and go from there. See if we can find our way into a blue-red instance and sorceries, maybe. There's Impulse, but that's not great. It's also not a blue permanent for Defiler. Jaya's Fire Nados, the clunky red removal spell you get every set. Keldon's Strike Team is pretty good, but we're probably not set up in a deck that's going to be able to kick it very well right now. Maria's Outrider doesn't really fit into a blue-red kind of thing, and we're pretty incentivized to play Defiler right now. Stall for Time is just a really good instant sorcery that can go in maybe even a blue-white instant sorcery deck. We're not married to infantry, and I don't think Fire NATO is good enough to take over something like Stall for Time. So there is a little bit of a defender deck that's already going around the table here. I really hope to be able to get into that deck soon. But we're going to go ahead and just take the Stall for Time here. I mean, if there was a blue permanent, I'd probably take it there. But we'll take that there. All right, now we got the Gitu Amplifier, which is pretty good for blue-red instants and sorceries. A third Citizen's Arrest. Combat Research. So a little bit of a legendary protecting spell there. Timely Interference and Phyrexian Espionage, both fine. I think it's between Amplifier and Interference here. I think Interference is a really good spell for the blue-red spells deck. Goes very well with Infantry. The weird thing is with Infantry and Defiler, we want to have blue permanents, but also instants and sorceries. So we're kind of thrown in two different directions. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Amplifier here over Timely Interference. Flowstone Infusion pick 5 is great. So this is basically Shock, +2, -2. But, you know, in a deck with Infantry, if this is big enough, we could just give it to the Infantry, +2, -2, and then have it kill them out of nowhere sometimes. Vineshaper Prodigy, this is pretty late for this card. There's a lot of good green in this pack, which is interesting. I don't know if it's worth kind of abandoning ship for the green here. It could be. But I don't know. These 3 cards versus Defiler plus Vineshaper Prodigy for blue-green, I think I'm going to land on the Infusion here and hope this is open enough. There's another Bite Down. It's 2 mana, instant, target creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature planeswalker you don't control. It's good. Splatter Goblin, pretty good in black. Runic Shot, pretty defensive. I don't think this is going to bring us into white. Tori D'Avenant. Very good in red-white, obviously. There is also just a Volsci Tide Turner here and an Impede Momentum. This is much more of a tempo card. I don't know if it's going to go well in our deck. I think I'm going to take the Tide Turner. It's a blue permanent here for Defiler. So I'll go ahead and take that. And then we see Joyro, which is interesting. It is the blue-red rare, but unfortunately, I think this is a commander plant. Blue-red cares about spells in this set, and Joyro cares about artifacts. So, I mean, honestly, it's basically a hard-to-cast 2-mana 2/3. It is a blue permanent for Defiler, so, I mean, I'll take that over Impulse. Man, Magnagoth Sentry is still here. Might be worth looking to get into green, but I don't know. I want to take the blue permanent. Then we see Balduvian Berserker, Hammerhand, Mesa Cavalier, take up the shield, Bone Splinters. I do like the Berserker. It's a 3-mana 1/3 enlist when it dies. Deals damage to its power to any target. It doesn't really go well in this deck. Hammerhand doesn't either, though. There's no green. Mesa Cavalier is good. It's good in white. I don't know if it's worth going into white this late for that. I'm not sure. Now we see... So this is our wheel here. I think I'm just going to take the Furious Bellow as an instant. +3/+0, first strike, and scry 1. Goes well with Infantry, Amplifier, Berserker, all those things. So I think I'll just take that here. Thrall to the Pit, not great outside of red-black. Tidepool Turtle, no thanks. Stall for Time is good. I think I'm just going to take this here. I don't really care about any of the other cards. There's the Impulse that came back. 3 mana, look at the top 4, put 1 in your hand, rest on the bottom. Maria's Outrider. I don't know. I'll have to see this card on the battlefield. It doesn't seem great to me, but it could be better. But I'll take the instant. Combat Research. Timely Interference Wheel. This is great, especially in blue-red. If we can get some more payoffs here. Don't think the Illusionist is for our deck. And then Axe. All right, what can we find in pack 2? Djinn of the Fountain is what we find. Rather than read all of this for you in my current state, I'm going to leave it on the screen here for you. It's very, very likely to be our pick if you want to go ahead and pause and read. There's also a Dragon Whelp. There's a Beachfront and a Sacred Peaks, which I probably wouldn't mind wheeling. Don't think Smash to Dust is a main board card, main deck card. King Darien the 48th? I don't know my Roman numerals very well. Let me know in the comments if 48 is correct or not. That is a very, very high number to have if it is 40. I think L is 50 and X before L comes 40. I don't know. Heroic Reinforcement's really good in a lot of decks in this format, but we're going to go ahead and take Gin of the Fountain here and look to stay down blue-red. Another Impulse and another Fire NATO. Underwhelming pack. We could have had 2 of the Wingmantle Chaplains here, which this is a pretty good payoff for the Defender deck. Another Cavalier. My favorite name in the entire format, Urg, Spawn of Turg. I think I'll take my first Fire NATO. There's a chance this Impulse wheels anyway, so I'll go ahead and take Fire NATO here. It's not embarrassing to play 1. Frost Fist Strider is a great uncommon in blue. There's also another Amplifier, and I love Tolarian Geyser, but we're not in the deck that's going to be able to kick this. So for that, I think that's my tiebreaker to taking Frost Fist Strider. But if we were in blue-white, I'd take Tolarian Geyser. I really, really like this card. How did this get in here? Oh, it's day 1. There might be some glitches. This might be something else. I think I'm going to have to reset the app, or the thing once I get in there to make sure this isn't that. Because I wouldn't have put a Tattered Apparition in my main deck. I don't know why that's there. We'll take Frostfist Strider. And we see Balmor, Battlemage Captain. Really, really good pickup for us. 2 mana, 1/3 flyer, instant or sorceries. Creatures that you control get +1/+0 and trample till end of turn. Really, really nice here. Would not mind wheeling a Bellows or a Tide Turner. Even an Espionage. Academy Wall could be playable in this deck too. But we're definitely taking this blue-red uncommon. Have not seen any Lightning Strikes yet. Would very much like to see a Lightning Strike. Do not need another Joyride, to be honest. So I think I'm just going to land on another Flowstone Infusion. Would love to wheel Molten Tributary, but 2 mana, +2/-2. Looks really good to me. Another instant sorcery that will make 6 for the deck. We got to make sure that count gets pretty high. There's another Bellow, Phoenix Chick. Much more of an aggressive card. So another Jaya's Fire NATO. I think I'll take the Bellow here as another instant sorcery for all of our creatures. Alright, 7 mana, 5/5, 1 less to cast for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard, Ward 2. I might just take one of these for the top of the curve here. I think if we want a second Fire NATO, we're probably going to be able to get it. And I don't think Coalition Warbrute is for this deck. 4 mana, 3/4, Enlist Trample. So let's go ahead and take Tolarian Terror here. And now we do get a Molten Tributary over a Soaring Drake. This card is like objectively fine, but it doesn't really have any synergy in the format. So I don't really know about how good it's going to be. So I'm just going to take the land here. Smash to Dust. There is a decent amount of creatures with Defender, but I think I'm going to land on one of these in the event that we open. I think I'm going to do. Doesn't really matter which one. I mean, potentially splash a Stall for Time or something off of a couple lands here. All right, Impulse came back. The only thing we can really be considered here, so we'll take the Impulse. Geyser Wield, wow. Well, we have a beachfront. Maybe we get another one or a red-white land and we can play the Geyser, maybe sometimes kick it. Everything's coming back. Maybe our blue-red is completely wide open here. So let's take another Tide Turner. I don't think we're playing either. Well, I mean, Academy Wall, it's not bad. It lets us loot whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, so that's pretty good. All right, still no Lightning Strikes, but I do see Academy Lore Master, 2 mana, 2/3. Beginning of each player's draw step, they may draw an additional card. If they do, spells they cast this turn cost 2 more to cast. That's a weird card. No idea if that's good. I don't like giving my opponents the opportunity to do things off of my cards, so I'm probably not taking it here. Protect the Negotiators is a pretty good counterspell. Again, we're not very likely to kick it, so I think I'm going to land on Haunting Figment here. Again, sorry about all the coughs and the bad voice. I guarantee it'll be better here soon, going into next week, but got to get this content out to you as soon as we can here. Sprouting Goblin, 2-mana 2/2 with some kicker that does things that we won't be able to kick. We've got another Haunting Figment, Keldon Strike Team, again with a kicker aspect that we probably won't have, and another Fire NATO. I think I'm going to land on the Figment here. This card is fine, you know, it's like a C. I mean, in this deck, I would like a couple more instants and sorceries to replace the not great ones that we have, but not too bad here so far. There are some weird cards in this set that just don't seem to fit with anything going on, and this is one of them. Enchantment creatures you control? There's no enchantment creatures in this set. Like, what? Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature. I mean, it's not even an enchantment-based set, so I don't know. Hammerhand, much more aggressive. Enthralled to the Pit. Maria's Outrider. I think I'm just going to take a Drake here. It's a bit of an underwhelming pack. Maybe we play it, maybe we don't. We're going to have some cuts here. It's always hard to cut first week of the format. You never really know what's great and what isn't, but Essence Scatter is great. 2 mana, counter a creature. Gotta love it. I would love to fit one Thrill of Possibility in my deck here, especially because it's an instant. Twinferno, it's not bad with double infusion, but I'm going to take the Essence Scatter. That's a really good blue common. All right. Not bad here. I mean, it's a sorcery, 5 mana draw, 3 at instant speed. It's pretty good. Another Figment, a Beachfront for a couple of kicker cards here, or a Molten Tributary. I guess I'm going to take the Scrutiny. I think it seems fine. I'm going to land on Flowstone Kavu here. I don't even think the first Berserker is making our deck. This is much more of an aggressive card. We're not looking to be particularly aggressive. So I'm going to take the Kavu. This one can trade. It could trade up if we want it to. So we're going to do that. I don't even think we want this Berserker here. Again, I think this is something else. I don't know what, though. I could be wrong on that, but I'm going to have to reset. Go in and out of the draft once we're done here to check. We are at 11 instants of sorceries and 15 creatures, but we are going to have to cut at least 3 or 4 cards here, so not too bad. Another Flowstone Infusion. Yeah, I mean, card's good. I'm going to take it. Don't need a third Impulse. Goblin Picker. Do we really need that for the curve? Not really. Crystal Grotto. I don't really think we need that either, but I'll take the Picker. Thrill of Possibility did wheel. I'd love to see that. Yeah, definitely going to take that. I don't think we need 2 Impulses. Joyra might just not be good enough, to be honest. Although with the Defiler, we want as many blue permanents as we can get. There's another one. That's great. Okay, and we do have this Tattered Apparition. It does look to be a glitch because it's gray. We don't even own a copy of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to click done here. That's what I thought. And we'll get back in. Build your deck. Yeah, looked to be a stall for time, potentially. Okay, well, now we got a lot of cuts to make. So cut that. Cut there. Don't need any of this. Alright, so this is about where I landed so far. This is 15, 16, 17 lands here. We've got one white source to potentially kick a Tolarian Geyser. I don't think we can play the stall for times. We didn't get enough sources. So, we have 15 creatures and 12 instants and sorceries. I don't want to be cutting too many more instants and sorceries here, nor do I want to be cutting too many more blue permanents because of Defiler of Dreams. So what that tells me is red permanents are on the chopping block. So I guess Flowstone Kavu. Tolarian Terror seems okay for now. Jaya's Fire NATO? I mean, we don't have a way to deal with things that are any bigger than 2 toughness right now, except for the Fire NATO. Haunting Figments seem fine, to be honest. I mean, in a deck with 12 instants and sorceries, drop 2 of these and they're dead in 3 or 4 turns. I don't think we need an Impulse. We have Silver Scrutiny. Probably don't need 2 Furious Bellows. We are down to 10 instants and sorceries now, though, so I want this last cut to be a non-instant sorcery, which means it would have to be one of these. I keep coming back to Joyra. It just doesn't do anything. We don't even have an artifact. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that there. Run 17 lands seems fine. We have Thrill of Possibility to get rid of a couple extras if we need to. Ways to draw more cards. And yeah, we'll run it back like this and hope that release day here doesn't glitch out on us as we're playing these games. But thanks so much for tuning in here on the first day of drafts of Dominaria United here on the channel. And I'm looking forward to a fun format. All right. So we don't have blue, but we have a removal spell. We also have Amplifier. So I'm going to keep because, well, don't want to draw a 5-drop double blue. That's among the worst things. Hopefully just play an X2 here. Probably going to fire this off and kill it. There we go. I think I'm just going to do this so I can get my creature down. We'll have this for next turn. I know it's a bit off curve here, but I want my creature on the battlefield. Red-black aggro. Okay. So, if we play this, next turn we play this, we can kick that, return that to their hand, then they have to play it, lose 2 life again. It's pretty good. That means we do nothing this turn, but I think it's not bad. I know we have to take 4 to do that, but we're still at 19. Alright, what does this do? 1 or more creatures deal combat. Reveal the top cards, put it in your hand. Lose life. Okay. Not bad. By not bad, I mean pretty good. Get to draw them lands for free. So I will kick this now. Target that one here. Great draw. Interesting. Man, they're just red, black, aggro. Okay, so I'm probably going to infusion the Swarm, attack, play Figment. These blue-red spells decks are always so fun in various formats. See if they trade here. Now they're going for it. Alright, we'll play this. Now, do I trade with their Abomination? It says one or more, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't think we do, because this is going to be unblockable. They're at 7. We win this race, so I mean, I'll just let it hit us here. Plus, this loses life if they want to draw the card off of it. Oy, I don't know what that does, but it can't be good. Okay. Whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So we could play this and tap that, put a stun counter on it. Next turn, we can kill something and get in for everything. That's probably going to be good enough. So they go to 4 here. This will be unblockable next turn, more than likely. Oh. Beginning of combat, create a 2/1 that dies at the end of the turn here. Whenever another, so draw a card if it was attacking. So I don't want them to draw a card. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this because I don't want them to draw the card off of Garna. It will deal 1 damage to us. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's okay. So no blocks, because it is not attacking right now. Oh, nice, nice, really nice. Okay. Okay, do we have a way to get out of this here? I'm not sure we do. That was about the best card they could have had in their hand. I think I have to kill the Garna. Because they're going to get way too much value out of attacking out of this. And then next turn, the Haunting Figment can theoretically win. That doesn't seem good enough. So this is unblockable. So, I mean, if they just like have a land or something, then we win, right? Well, they do get to make a 2/1. So we block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're not technically dead. So we got to do this. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Is there any other abilities here? Yeah, so this is lethal now. So this is about our only way out. Because if we block and trade, then we're just 100% dead next turn. So this is our only way out here. See if it works. They can't draw a card unless it's a land. Oh, alright. Well, chose to go out on their own terms there. Alright, nice way to start the format. Let's see if we can keep it up. Alright, great hand here. Gotta love to see this. Infantry on 2. Probably saving the Flowstone Infusion, but it depends on what they play. If they play their own infantry, I'm definitely killing it. Well, can't kill that, so... decline to draw an additional card here. Okay, so they're not playing anything this turn now. That'll be good for us after we start dumping our hand. What does this do again? -1, -0. If it was kicked, it blocks this turn if able. Okay, so I'll decline here. If we attack and we Flowstone Infusion, then this kills it. But then it dies, because it'll be +2. We can bounce it to their hand. I want to go ahead and bounce it to their hand here. Get that trigger. Draw the card. Get on in there. Don't forget that in the description of the video here we have a link to the Daily Drafters Discord. It's beginning of the season, beginning of new set season. We'd love to have y'all join and go ahead and chat amongst yourselves and myself. I'm active there on the Discord as well about what's going on here in the new format. Resolves, again, we can't be doing this drawing a card thing right now. We need to build out our board. They might have something here, which would make timely interference not great if they do have something. But if they don't have anything, then it's going to be really good. Let's try it out. So we'll do this, this, and this. Play this with kicker. Alright, so they have some sort of thing here. It must block now. One counter, lifelink indestructible. Okay. Well, that's fine. We still get to keep our creature. Alright, so they're getting the card draw out of that, but they're not at all advancing their board. Granted, neither are we, but if they get to play at instant speed, this is quite good. Spells cost 2 more to cast. Resolves. I think I'm going to decline again. I'm going to play the Drake here and hold up Flowstone Infusion. See what they have. I might draw the card this next turn depending on what they do, because I can use Silver Scrutiny on their turn to draw 3 cards. So I won't get hit by this tax. Did they draw the card and they now going to discard? No, they only have 7. Was this 8? Yeah, they have 8. Okay, that's weird. Alright, so I'm actually going to draw this time. Go to combat, attack here, because I plan on using Silver Scrutiny. And then we're going to dump our hand next turn. Okay, that's fine. Man, they're just doing nothing. Playing at instant speed, aren't they? See if they have a counterspell here. Alright. Not too bad. We're going to have to... Okay, so they could discard a bunch to do that. Okay, so now we are not going to do that so that we can play out all of our creatures here. So let's start... I think I'm just going to play 3 Haunting Figments. So let's start by going to combat and see if they do anything about our infantry. Okay, looks like they have another combat trick. Death Touch and Indestructible. Okay, well that'll definitely do it. So that'll resolve. Nothing we can do about that. We could double Infusion. Could try to double Infusion here. Is that worth it? I think it's pretty good. They might have more responses, though, is the problem. I'm going to try it. It'll be a 2 for 2 if it works. Let's see. Darn. Okay. Well, they got us on that one. The main deck negate. So we traded double Infusion and an infantry for negate and battle rage. That's works very well in their favor. All right, resolves. I don't think I'm going to draw this turn. Because I'm just going to play these two. Man, they are really playing at instant speed here. I'm just gonna hold back for now, rather than play this at sorcery speed and have them kill it. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, these are now stunned down. You have a Wrath. Down goes Tolarian Terror. Okay. Man, they are drawing cards. So are we, but they are also doing so. So we have a turn to resolve some things here, but I really want to get Djinn of the Fountain down, so I'm gonna decline, make sure that this resolves, and then get in for 2 here. I would very much like to bounce something that's pretty expensive. They could replay these very easily. Well, that's usually expensive, but it is currently a 1 mana 5/5, Ward 2. That's pretty darn good. Alright, there goes Djinn of the Fountain. Their deck is really good. Esper instance. We do have a bunch of unblockable damage here, though. Resolves. I need all my mana. These are all now unblockable. Alright, so they're dead next turn if they tap out again. So if I do this with Kicker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I cannot bounce that. But that's okay, I think. Alright, so let's do this with Kicker. It is going to leave up a red for Flowstone Infusion if we need to. So we'll do this. I'll go ahead and bounce that one. And then we'll end the turn here. And now they're dead if all they can do is just tap out for a bunch of creatures. Did they kick it? Looks like they did. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of the infusion here. See if they just play this thing now. They do. Alright. That should do it. So we can block here and take 6. May as well draw an extra card too, why not? Resolves, take action. Go ahead and cast this here. And that'll do it. Alright, 2-0 with this blue-red spells deck. Let's keep the train rolling. Alright, so this hand has the potential to go horribly wrong, but we have a lot of our good payoffs here. We have 2 drops we can play, and we just drew the island, so we are good to go here. Playing against red-white, don't like to see that, and Arata's Firebrand, crap. Okay, that'll be hard. Gonna have to bounce that with the geyser here soon, I would think. Let's do... I think I'm going to lead on Figment here. Can't block this. And they have nothing. Alright. Go to combat, and they still have nothing. I'm going to do this one now. Because we're probably going to want to bounce something here soon with Geyser. We'll get a trigger on both of these. What does this ability do? +2/+2. Cost 4 mana? Yeah. Could also just trade here. Well, no, they would use all their mana to eat this, so no thanks. I'd rather just bounce it. Alright, what's your follow-up here? Might Herbalist. Good draw on an extra land. Because now we can Figment and Amplifier. I would like to kick that though. This blocks well on the Herbalist, so we can do this. And you know what? I'm actually just going to play this here. I don't want to trade. They're at 5 mana now. It's kind of scary. Oy, that's not good. Alright, take 5. I need this trigger. These 5 triggers, I suppose. Or we're going to get 4 triggers off of this. So we'll take 5 and see what their follow-up is. Phalanx, okay. That's fine. Because now we can do this. Now they're at 7. And we are down to 2 on board because they can make this a 5/5. Or a 5/3. 5, 6, 7. So we're technically down to 2. Let's see if they have a way to push through the last bit of damage. That'll do it, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, they got us with the aggressive hasty kicker boy, but, you know, we were winning next turn, so it was a close one there. I mean, I probably could have traded off for this earlier at some point there, but, you know, red-white on the draw, it's going to be hard when you're missing land drops too. Took an aggressive line, didn't pay off. Alright, on the play this time with Figment and Infantry, so you love to see it. I think I'm going to lead on Infantry here. I'm probably going Soaring Drake next turn, so, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think they're just going to kill the Infantry with the Flowstone Infusion anyway, so let's do this. And the next turn I can go Figment, hold up Essence Scatter. They didn't do anything. Love these new lands. These are awesome. Argivian Cavalier. Okay. Probably countering anything they play. Guess it depends though. Are they enlisting or are they gonna... Okay. They could have a trick here, but I'm fine trading. They do have a trick. Alright, Infusion, not great now. Yeah, I don't know what that does, but I don't want you to have it. Alright, gonna have to watch out on the lands here. Yeah, that'll be hard. Would really like to see the draw spell that we have. That'd be a really good card to see here. Amplifier is also not bad. Just go ahead and kick that. And I know they get another 1/1, but it resets it to a 2/2, which is then killable by infusion, so I think that's worth it here. That's why I'm going to do that. I'll pass. Yuck. First Strike Vigilance Lifelink ETBs or equipment attached to it. Oh my god. Can we 2-for-1 ourselves to get rid of Danitha here? I think we have to. Because this card's ridiculous. Feels bad, but I mean, yeah, they'll jump the 5, take 6. And now they have now they have 6 cards in hand and we have 0. Not sure how combo that is. Alright, well that's not really going to do it. We're going to have to chump with Soaring Drake now. Yeah. Guess we don't technically have to chump yet. Well, if they have a combat trick, I'm going to let them kill me, because I think our best way to win is not to chump right now. So, if they have a Flowstone Infusion or something, then they can have it. Maybe a Lightning Strike to the face? Nope. Alright, well that'll certainly do it. Yep. Alright, well. Went well in the first 2. Not so much in the next 2. Let's see if we can get to that magic number of 3. Alright, we're on the play here. We have infantry into a kicked timely interference, so I like that. There are a lot of ways to kill this infantry before it really does much. You know, Lightning Strike, Flowstone Infusion, all that kind of stuff, but, you know, not a reason not to keep this hand. I'm going to go ahead and lead on Mountain here, and the reason I'm going to do that is so that if they play a creature, we don't get a trigger, or we don't get a priority from timely interference being in our hand, so they can't put us on what we have in our hand here. Let's go ahead and Flowstone Infusion. Hope to just play a random 2/2 dork here now. Another aggro deck. There's the 2/2 dork. Alright, so kicker 1 in a red. So I will do that here. Force them to chump block. Next turn we can go wall into infusion and loot. If they play an X2, let's see what they have. Alright, down goes infantry. Yeah, I'd like to be mana efficient here. Okay, I don't really know how much I care about that right now. I want to save this trigger for these being on the battlefield, so I don't think I need to kill that. So what I'm going to do is just play a Figment and end the turn. We do need our 6th land for the Djinn. Okay, they have a 4/4 Vigi now. It doesn't really matter because we have an 0/5, so sure, you do that. Land. Alright. Let's hope all these survive to our next turn, and then we can have all the triggers we want. +1/+1 or scry 1, or we can save it from a removal spell by blinking it. Is this a common or an uncommon? That's a really good common. Okay. Alright, they're just playing a bunch of dorks here. We do have a way to discard lands with Thrill of Possibility, so I'm not going to play this island. And I also can discard it to the Academy Wall. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play Flowstone Infusion on their Vanguard. I'll go ahead and take the Scry. That seems fine. I would like to draw a card and discard an island. Go to combat. This is now unblockable. And go to damage. And then I'll just pass it back. Okay, so they can sack lands to draw cards with Sprouting Goblin now. I guess that is an argument to killing it with Flowstone Infusion, but we can do that next turn, get those same triggers, make this unblockable, etc. If it was kicked, put a 1/1 counter. Okay, so if they try to put the counter on the Goblin, they're probably going to put it on the Phalanx so it can get past the wall. Yeah. That's fine, I think. Doesn't have a list or anything, does it? No. Okay. Alright, no blocks. Take 5. Their own infantry. Ugh. Is that more or less of a problem than Goblin here? Do we have lethal? We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oof. We're very, very close. Very close to having lethal here. So what we can do is this. We'll have it next turn, almost assuredly. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead, give it +1/+1. I would have liked, well, yeah, we can't scry till that resolves. So let's take action and get rid of, oof. I think we have to get rid of a Flowstone Infusion because we need this on our other thing next turn, and I will keep that on top. What I was saying is we need the Furious Bellow to go on top of our Figment for next turn. So let's do this. And as long as the Djinn survive, well, okay. That is a way to survive the turn. Okay, gain a life, scry 1. Not a bad attack there. Alright, my turn. think I'm gonna kill probably the goblin. I'll just scry one here. Don't need that. Sure. Woof. Does that mean we win now? So if we play this, this will be 5, it'll be 6, so no, we don't win. But gosh, I like all these cards. I really do want to keep Thrill of Possibility, but we still have Furious Bellow, and then we'll have a Balmor as well. Okay. So this is unblockable again. And if they just choose to take it, then we win. Okay, there we go. That'll do it. Sometimes you can sneak out the win there with low combat tricks, Furious Bellows, and such. This nice little blue-red tempo deck, this deck seems pretty good here in the format. I know it's super early. We're only like 5 games in. Seems pretty good. All right, I'm liking this hand. We'll keep it here. We can lead on either one of these two. Not sure which is better to lead on. It's a good draw. Play Figment here. It says enlist, destroy target artifact. I don't think we have an artifact in our deck. Jeskai spells. Soaring Drake, okay. So I can go infantry and infusion here. And then unblockable Figment. This card's been pretty good in this deck, to be honest. I mean, boy, what I would have done to get a couple of these in my deck. Alright, so this is 5 to kick, so I suppose we're just going to go ahead and try to get in here. Alright, they have a way to kill it. They don't. Let's play Academy Wall, and then next turn we have a couple of options here. Impulse, okay. Talus Lookout. I do like that one a lot. What I like more is kicking it back to your hand. So let's do that. We are going to have to start drawing some action here. We have yet to see our bomb rare. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. It's got Ward 2, so that sucks. That's not quite our bomb rare. I mean, I guess we have to just play this. And then hope we don't kind of peter out of this draft here by getting mana screwed and not really drawing the cards we need to draw. Okay, so this is forced to block this turn, which is fine, because I can just trade it for the Terror. Oh, I see. That's less fine. -1, -0, I forgot about that. Okay, well, gonna need some action here. Pretty good action. Well, it's basically just mill a card, so I'll decline to do that. Oh, how I would have loved to mill a card. We do need some action. Not quite. We're dead in 2 turns here now. Go ahead and counter that. Take action. Get rid of the land here. I mean, we're still dead next turn unless we find something. That's something. Let's see if they have removal for it. There's the removal. Alright, well 3-3 in our first draft is not too bad. I mean, I think the deck was okay. It wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but you know what? Blue-red, we played with blue-red here, and we played against a lot of spells-based decks. It looks like spells might be king in this format, but you never know. We're only 1 draft in. We've got plenty more to go. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video here today. On our end screen, you can find, I'm not sure what I'm going to put there yet, but probably one of our set review videos or pre-release videos. We're also going to have Dominaria United trophy playlist, of which we will eventually populate with some trophies. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.